Hello, friends, and welcome to the Capitalize Your Best podcast. My name is Gordon Duncan. I'm the owner of Capitalize Marketing and Consulting, and thank you so much for joining us here on the podcast. This is our second week publishing episodes on Wednesday, and I'm so excited to finally have the direction that we're excited about and that you guys asked for on the Capitalize Your Best podcast. Throughout 2025, I was running two podcasts with the same episode. Every Monday, This Is Going to Hurt, my personal podcast, and Capitalize Your Best were coming out with the same episode. But that really didn't make sense in the long run to have two shows with the same episode. So I spent some time thinking about it. I got your feedback, talked to folks, and now we have a brand new direction. So every Wednesday, the Capitalize Your Best podcast is publishing on every major platform, including YouTube. And the focus here is on marketing and business growth. This Is Going to Hurt is publishing on Mondays, and that's focusing on personal growth. So here I get to do all the fun business stuff. There I get to talk about fitness and personal growth and mental and epilepsy and running and all the fun stuff over there. But thank you. The feedback last week was very encouraging. So let's just hop in. What I'd like to share with you today is a simple but not easy Facebook strategy for growth. Simple but not easy. No one who's ever been successful is going to tell you that success is easy, because it's just not. And everyone's trying to do it easy. What you want to look for is something that's simple that you can implement, but recognize it's going to be hard, because success is never easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. I'm going to focus on only two things in this episode: personal Facebook page and your business page. I'm not talking about Facebook groups. We're not going out to Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, any of those. Today, we're just focusing on two things: personal Facebook page and the business page. And these are strategies that I have implemented that is helping me grow in reach and interaction, and most importantly, leads. And I've seen it very much so in the last couple of weeks. Now, my approach on social media has been really influenced by a couple of things. Several years ago, many of you have probably heard me mention this. I was greatly influenced by a book called 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. And in that approach, that book, he talks about massive amounts of content to break into the social consciousness. We always hope that we're going to publish that one thing that's just going to break out and go viral. But more than likely, we're just going to have to go hammer, 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 and get content out everywhere. And then that's been an approach I've taken, been tastefully and tactfully putting out lots and lots of content. And I've worked my way up to about 650 pieces of content across all platforms every single month. Well, I also follow Alex Ramosi, and Alex Ramosi had that same meeting with Grant Cardone, and he just blasted out social media, worked his way into the consciousness and the algorithm. And Alex is now doing 450 pieces a week. And yes, he's got a team, but he's still doing the content. And so when I look at that, I would like to break into a larger national audience. I would like to spread the influence of Capitalize Your Best, grow the company, grow revenue, meet new people, do all those things. So I've got two podcasts. I've got all these platforms. And I've told people, you've got to do massive amounts of content. This is the Capitalize Your Best formula: massive amounts of content to solve a problem of a target audience equals revenue. Massive amounts of content. Solving the problem of a target audience equals revenue. When you do lots of content and you can convince someone that you can solve their problem, they're going to give you money in exchange for it. But the thing is, we've got to be seen. And it is more difficult now than ever to be found. How are you going to do it? So when people go through the Capitalize Your Best program, we help them create a personal brand on their personal page. Mine is running, coffee, marketing, my family, and pop culture. That's all I talk about. And then over on their business page, we make sure that they're solving their target audience's problems. And we do that by creating a target audience profile, being clear on your offer, and then we have approach from that. So I'm not going into how do you do those two things here. If you want to know how to do that, reach out to me. I'm going to talk about the simple but not easy strategy. Okay. Now, I realized about a year ago that I was not putting out enough content. Even if I was doing lots of content, it was not enough. So what I do is every single Sunday, I sit down and I was scheduling one piece of content through Meta Scheduler every single day on my business page. And then what I would try to do is I would go back, knowing that I've got a base of 7 pieces of content for the week. I would go back and add more content on top of it throughout the week. And then I was originally doing what I would say 10 to 14 pieces of content on my personal page. And that was my approach. 10 to 14 on my personal, and at least 7, but around 7 to 10 on my business page. And then I realized, wait a minute, if I post at 9 a.m. and that piece of content does not take off with lots of interaction, by noon, that piece of content's dead. It's not going to be resurrected. Anybody who was going to see it saw it. So then I've got to have another piece of content. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get to 14 pieces of content on the personal page and 14 pieces of content on the business page. That way I can catch AM and PM, right? And all of a sudden, I started doing that consistently. And I saw my numbers and my reach increase. You can go to Meta and you can see it on your professional dashboard for your personal page. And it's going to show you your reach, and it's going to show you whether you're growing or shrinking, right? And whether you're gaining likes or follows. All those things are documented for you on Facebook. The professional dashboard for your personal page, and Meta over on the Meta page for your business page, right? But then I realized something else. So wait a minute. I have a habit of publishing early in the morning and then around 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And then my evenings were just dead and gone. I wasn't doing anything. And granted, I'm taking the evenings a little bit lighter. And then I'm realizing the same thing over my business page. And then I'm realizing I'm not catching night owls and I'm not catching the West Coast. And then I noticed something. I went into insights on the Meta page. And if you go to your Meta page and you hit insights, it will give you tasks. It'll say, here are the tasks for the week. And I noticed that for my business page, it was telling me publish 21 times in a week. In fact, this week it's telling me I need to publish 26 times. We want to do what Facebook is telling us to do. If they're saying for success, you need to publish 21 times, I need to publish 21 times. And then I was like, okay, I've got to have content morning, noon, and evening, right? And that means I need to repurpose content tastefully. And if I have a piece of content that takes off, I need to not post on top of it. I need to keep commenting and responding and letting that go. But when that piece dies, I need to keep going. Well, in the last 3 weeks, I've gone to this approach, trying to get to 3 pieces of content a day on both my personal and my business page. And I'm telling you, my numbers have taken off. They really have. In fact, I got a notification on my personal page today that said last week you published 10% more content and got 110% more views. Did you catch that? 10% more content, but I got 110% more views. So that means that if I was publishing 20 pieces of content, I just added 2 more pieces and my numbers spiked. Now, will I get that growth next week? Don't know. But I know that what Facebook wants is they want content. And shoot for morning, noon, and evening. Now, if you're like, there's no way I can create that much content, then you're going to need help, like from us at Capitalized Marketing, either to professionally create content for you or to show you strategies to repurpose and create content that catches people's attention. But that's what Facebook's requiring right now. And if your business needs the visibility, you can't just post once a week or once every other day and hope that you're going to get it. And you can't say, I tried Facebook, it didn't work for me. It didn't work for you because you didn't give Facebook enough content. So you start small. If you're not publishing every day, you're like, I'm going to publish personal and business every single day this week. Good. Get that rhythm. The moment you get that under control, then you're like, I'm going to publish twice a week. And I'm recommending now to all my clients 3 times a day. Yes, you're going to get there. But if you know your personal brand, if you know your audience, and you know how to repurpose content tastefully, you are going to get there. This is a simple strategy. It's not easy. Simple, not easy. So the goal is to get to somewhere around that morning, noon, and evening on all the platforms. And here's the great thing. If you're using Meta for your business content, if you're posting a picture or graphic, it'll literally tell you what time of day is the best time to post. Doesn't do that when you post a reel, but it does that. So if I'm scheduling content on Sunday afternoon and I'm like, okay, when should I post it? This scheduled content, when it tells me that's the best time to post, I would be very unsmart to not do that. You're like, oh, Facebook wants me to post during this time, so I schedule it for the most popular time. And sometimes the times don't make sense to me, does not matter. But I also know I'm going to publish other times as well. So this simple but not easy strategy is to get to 3 times a day. And if you're on business, go into Meta and look under Insights, and it will tell you, do this on a laptop more so than your phone. You're going to get a better background on it. It's going to tell you how many it wants you to post that week. Then do that. So friends, give that a shot. If you'd like some help or some feedback on it, reach out to me on my personal pages or go to capitalizeyourbest.com and set an appointment. And I can't wait to see what you create. Thanks for being here. Be sure to like, share, review, and all the good stuff here. And I will see you again next week. Thanks, friends. We'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.